All right, guys, in this video, I'm going to show you how I got this song, Forest Jam by Cave Dweller, about 218,000 streams to the date. The song was released April 8th, not even a year, and it's over almost about 220,000 streams and climbing. This is what it looks like on the graph. Wherever you see a big spike, that is where he got a Discover Weekly boost, as you see on Mondays. Monday. This big one was the start of it on May 22nd. And it's just been riding ever since. This previous Monday, it got another 1,000, and this is just a typical, once it's in the algorithm, as you can see, again, just under 218,000 streams, 81,000 listeners, 2.6 streams per listener. And that is an amazing number, given that the fact it's getting shot into the algorithm over and over again. 9,300 playlist ads and 5,500 saves, almost 5,600. This is the key number I mentioned in previous videos. When you have a playlist, I think playlist is so much more important maybe now than saves, with my experience of running ads, because every time I've seen a higher playlist ad count versus saves, I've got big algorithmic boosts, and it's a great sign moving forward if you're going to get a Discover Weekly boost or even a Release Radar. But obviously, when you're getting Discover Weekly, you are going to have a popularity index around 30% or higher. So your song would have to be already streaming quite a bit every day. But these are numbers, and I'm going to show you quick how I did that actually. And I only spent a total of $338. Like I said, the song was released April 8th. I actually turned off the ad just for transparency on May 31st. It was on May 30th. As you can see, I spent $5. So it was pretty much from April 8th to May 30th, only spent $338. As you can see, in that time frame, only 1,300 website view clicks, 80,000 reach, and 138,000 impressions. The cost per result was 25 cents. And again, the total, all I spent was $338. I've mentioned this in the past a lot. You don't need a big budget to get major results, but it does help. It helps if you have $1,000 down, and so you can spend it on your campaign. But all I used here was $338 in 7.5 weeks. Got him a major boost, and I've never ran the ad ever again. And as you saw, those numbers are unbelievable. I'll go back into his results real quick and show you his playlist. Over the last 28 days, 1,500 playlists. Now, if I go in the last 24 hours, 137 playlists in the last 24 hours. Those are amazing numbers. So it gives you kind of a perspective of what to shoot for, and look for when you see your song maybe going up the charts and getting a lot of streams. Let's just look at 2015 so we can see his top playlist. Discover Weekly, approaching 90,000. Radio, 34,000. And this is someone added him on this organic playlist, spiritual songs and healing, and it got added early on, and 20,000 streams just from that. Someone adding him on a popular playlist, and it gets about 100 streams a day on that playlist as well. And this is just a purely organic playlist that's very popular. All right, let's go really quick, and I'll show you how I set up this ad. I've done this in previous videos, but I'm going to run through this real quick. You're going to hit create, and you're going to hit create new campaign. You're always going to hit engagement. You're going to hit continue. You're going to hit manual engagement campaign, continue. So now we are in the first page of the new campaign. You're going to name your campaign, name it. You're going to go down. Everything looks good. You're going to hit next. You're going to name your engagement. You're going to choose where you want to drive them to a website. You're going to select your correct pixel, whatever is set up. You're going to choose your events, always view content. You're going to put your budget, your daily budget, whatever you want that to be. Is you're going to scroll down, keep scrolling until you say, see this, switch to original audience options. Click that. You're going to use original audience. This is what I do. And then it's going to look like this. So you're going to include your countries, add in countries in bulk, or you have something already saved. For this campaign, I just did tier 1 and tier 2. Here's a list of that very slowly. You can pause it. And this is what I use almost every single time for tier 1 and tier 2. You're going to play around with it as you progress, making ads to see what works with your music, what doesn't, and modify it as you do more of this. So you just match locations. It should match locations. We're going to scroll down. You're going to do your age group, whatever your age group it is. Again, you're going to play around. Facebook gives you all the analytics once you're using an ad, so you can check what is popping, what's not. They have a great metric system where you can look exactly what age groups are clicking on your music. And you're going to put demographics. What are the demographics? Who are you going to highlight? What type of song is it? Is it chill music? Is it ambient? Is it rap? Is it hip hop? Is it country? Is it pop? There's so many different genres. You can play around with this. You just do your research, and a lot of it's trial and error. But if your music's pretty straightforward, then it makes it a lot easier, of course. But if you're like subgenres, it can make it very difficult and a lot of trial and error. What really works here too, if you can find a lot of artists that are very similar to the music, because if it's very similar to another artist, like all the music you make, then I'm sure a lot of the fans from this other artist will gravitate towards your music. So again, you got to do research in that. And you can save this audience as well. So you're going to scroll down here to advantage placements. Again, run your cursor over it. You're going to hit edit. You're going to do manual placements. And just collect everything except Facebook, because you got to leave one clicked, and I'll just run through it. And you could just, for tier 1 and tier 2, I usually do, because I do a combination Facebook and Instagram. But if you're highlighting like Instagram Reels, it's gonna filter it out, and it's gonna pick whatever is working best. So a lot of times it will go to Instagram, but I always like doing Facebook. You can just do Instagram if that's what your preference to test it out. But I always add a Facebook feed, Instagram, video feeds, and then explore. You could do that. You can even write in Instagram feed as well if you want to add that in there. It's up to you, but I usually do something like that. Unclick that one, and I usually click all these and leave Instagram Reels. Once again, this is for tier 1 and tier 2. This is how I usually do it. And then I unclick the rest, and I do leave Facebook in-stream videos on. I haven't notice that hurts me or doesn't hurt me or benefit me, actually. So you can actually turn it off, but I sometimes leave it on. But that's that. So those quick run through what I did here, and you're just gonna hit next. Again, you're gonna name this part of your campaign, name it, just to be organized. It's so much easier when you're going through all your campaigns or ads you're running. Make sure your socials are all popped up. I'm doing this through my label because I ran it through for Cave Dweller for a song that we released. And you're gonna scroll down here, and you're gonna add your media, add your video, and you want to make something that's maybe eye-catching. This is what I made for Forest Jam. I usually say make an eye-catching video. And obviously there's music usually playing, but it's just an abstract video. There's actually a woman behind it, if you can see her, and some abstract visuals on top of it. So you're just gonna hit next, done, and it's gonna be right in here. You're gonna scroll down a little bit more. You're gonna do your primary text. Again, they have an AI feature in this that works wonderful. So embark on a musical journey and escape into another dimension with our latest track, Cave Dweller. And like I said, they have this AI feature, and you can just use whatever you like. Obviously, you can change it, paraphrase it, whatever. And like, I'll just use this for example, and voila, you have your primary text, and that's what it's going to look like on your ad. So once you have that already filled out, you're going to do your headline. I like the headline. I always put the artist name and song, the description, tell people what to do. You tell them what you want to do. Click the listen, maybe. Stream it now. Whatever you want to say, tell the viewer what you want them to do. Because if you beat around the bush, they're not going to do it. So just scroll a little bit down to the next option, and it's call to action. You're always going to put listen now. Do not forget this. A lot of people forget this. Listen now. This is where you're going to put in your link, whether it's Hyped or ToneDen, your link where you're going to drive people to a landing page where you are going to get people to click on it. I use ToneDen. I've mentioned this in the past in previous videos. I like ToneDen. It's free service. So I'm going to go in here, see what I have. Oh, there is a Forest Jam. Let's see what the landing page looks like. It looks like this. You can just do Spotify and Apple. You can add Deezer, Tidal, Pandora, Amazon, so on, etc., etc., etc. I just put Spotify and Apple here. You're going to go back. You're going to copy the link. And you're going to paste it in here. You're going to preview it. Always preview your link so it makes sure it's working. And that's it. And you're going to hit publish. And there you have an ad. Again, this was off of a $338 budget in 7.5 weeks. We hit the algorithm. Like I mentioned, I turned the ad off on May 30th. So when he got another big boost on May 29th, I was like, this is probably going to last. So I turned it off and I haven't put it back on since. Again, you don't need a large budget. It helps if you have a large budget to hit some of these metrics that we all try to get at, but you don't need it. Any budget is better than no budget to advertise it, to market it out to people, to get people to listen. Ultimately, if you have $200, use that $200. If you have 500,000, use that 1,000. But you'll know right away if the song is popping or not. So if you have a large budget and it's not popping in the first couple weeks, then lower your budget, or maybe focus on the next song. So if you want to see more in depth of how I made this ad, I did originally a video on it some months ago. I'll leave it up here so you can check it out. I'll also leave a whole catalog of all music marketing tips that I've done in the past that you may find useful. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you found this useful and helpful for your music journey, and good luck with the music.